If you're satisfied with the way your Godot projects are organized and how your code looks, this might not be the video for you, but I'm still sure that the information here can be helpful for most of you. Suppose you made a game where you have a player and he got health points. And in your game you want the player to take damage from things. So you create some objects and code them a script that goes something like, if collided with a player, damage the player. Now, 5 years have passed since you started developing this game, and there are now many different objects that can damage the player. One day you playtest the game and you find a bug that causes your player to randomly die. You get no errors, so you have no clue why this is happening. And how would you debug it? Searching around the script of every single object that can damage the player? Bad idea. Instead, you could use something that is called encapsulation. Encapsulation is when the object can only interact with itself, and instead of modifying other objects, he reacts to them. Meaning that instead of having an object damaging our player, we have a player that reacts to being damaged by the objects. This way, you can see all the things that can damage our player inside the player script and won't have to worry that you miss something in another script. This is much easier to debug and much easier to change later, because if you don't want to have a player in your game, for example, you can just delete him and won't have to worry about erasing code that could damage the player in every single object. To do this in Godot, we need to use groups, signals and some coding. But I promise no code in this video, so let me know if you want me to make an in-depth explanation video with code examples.